After a fight with her fiancé, Michelle packs her belongings and leaves, leaving her engagement ring and apartment keys on the table. She drives for hours through the countryside and stops at a gas station where she notices a car following her. Late at night, her fiancé calls, asking her to come back, but she ignores him and listens to the radio instead. A news report about a widespread power outages distracts her, and in the chaos, she crashes her car, flipping it multiple times and losing consciousness. Michelle wakes up in a concrete room. An IV is attached to her arm, and her leg is bandaged and chained. Her belongings are scattered in the corner. She manages to reach her phone, but finds no signal. As she contemplates her situation, the door opens, and a large man enters, placing a food tray before her. She pleads for release, but he assures her he isn't letting her die. After leaving a key to her shackles, he leaves. Michelle frees herself, dresses, and sharpens a crutch for self-defense, but the man has already gone. She sets a piece of clothing on fire, triggering the fire alarm. When he returns, he sedates her. When Michelle regains consciousness, the man explains that she's lucky to be alive. He insists that humanity is under attack, but the nature of the attack is still unclear. He claims that they're in a bunker beneath his farm and that he found her after her crash. Michelle demands to contact the police, but the man warns her the outside world is contaminated and that it will be a year before the air is safe again. He claims everyone on the surface is dead. Before leaving, he introduces himself as Howard. The next morning, Michelle meets Emmett, a young man in the hallway. He confirms that everything Howard has said is true. Howard later gives Michelle a tour of the bunker, showing her the communal area, the well-stocked kitchen, and the family heirloom table. She is forbidden to enter his personal room. Due to her previous escape attempt, Howard insists she use a curtained-off toilet and stresses the importance of conserving water. During lunch, Michelle notices a stack of women's magazines, and Howard tells her they belong to Megan, a former companion. Suddenly, a noise outside leads Michelle to believe a car may be passing, but Howard reassures her no one could have survived above ground. He shows her the outside world from a small window, revealing a scene of devastation with dead pigs covered in sores. Michelle then recognizes Howard's car as the one that followed her. He explains that the doors are always locked and shows her the key. Later, Michelle and Emmett talk. Emmett reveals that Howard once served in the Navy and built the bunker after becoming obsessed with conspiracy theories. Michelle remains skeptical, insisting Howard is lying. But Emmett describes witnessing the attack firsthand. A flash, an explosion, and a red horizon. He's glad he made it to the bunker in time. Michelle continues to question Howard's story, unaware that he's been eavesdropping. He invites them to dinner, noticing they seem to be getting along. During the meal, Michelle flirts with Emmett, which provokes Howard's anger. He demands respect, insisting he saved her life. As Howard scolds them, Michelle quietly steals the keys from his belt. Howard soon realizes the keys are missing, but a noise distracts him, giving Michelle the chance to knock him out and escape. Emmett tries to stop her, but Michelle reaches the airlock just as Howard catches up. Outside, Michelle sees a car approaching and cries for help, but a woman with severe sores begs to be let inside. Howard forbids Michelle from assisting, saying it's too late to save her. Michelle, now convinced that an attack has taken place, reluctantly returns to the bunker. Later, Howard admits to causing Michelle's accident, but insists that it was this event that saved her life. He gives her clothes from Megan's wardrobe and tells her to shower. Howard explains that the infected woman was his former neighbor and warns that others may try to seek refuge in the bunker. As the days pass, Michelle hears loud noises above, leading Howard to speculate that the attack might have been an extraterrestrial military operation. The second phase of the invasion, he says, has begun. Suddenly, the air filtration system fails. Howard asks Michelle to crawl through the ducts to reset it. She agrees, and while there, she finds a disturbing message etched into the glass reading, "Help," accompanied by a bloody earring. The earring matches one worn by Megan in a photo Howard had shown her. Michelle shares her discovery with Emmett, who identifies the girl in the photo as Brittany, a local who disappeared years ago. Another photograph falls out of a book, showing Howard and Brittany dressed in the same clothes Michelle is wearing. Realizing the danger, Michelle and Emmett begin planning their escape. They gather materials, and Michelle makes a biohazard suit while Emmett constructs a makeshift gas mask. Their plan is to disarm Howard, tie him up, and send one of them to get help. However, during a game of charades, Howard begins to suspect something is wrong. A few days later, Howard confronts them, showing them a barrel of hydrochloric acid and accusing them of plotting against him. He reveals their hidden escape tools, and in a fit of rage, he dissolves one of them in the acid. If you want to see more content like this, don't forget to like our video and subscribe.